Wheel buckles can be caused by gradual loosening of spokes over time, or by crash damage. Heavy impacts can put rims completely beyond repair, but it's still worth you or a professional giving it a go. It's possible to permanently destroy wheels while attempting to true, so visit your local bike shop if in doubt, or at least get some practice in on an old, unwanted wheel before working on one you'd miss. Today, we're going to be truing a road wheel, but the principle is exactly the same for off-road hoops.
You're going to need a spoke key that fits your wheel's nipples, a wheel jig, and a spoke tool if you're running bladed spokes. We're going to be using a double-sided jig, but less expensive single-side versions are available. First, move around the wheel, squeezing all the spokes in pairs to check for any that are obviously loose. If you find any, gently tighten the nipple until the slack is removed. At this stage, it's important to understand that spoke nipples tighten anti-clockwise, which is perhaps the opposite of what you'd expect. You'll notice some spokes are positioned to pull the rim to the left, and the others to pull it to the right. When these spokes get out of balance, your wheel goes out of true and will need lateral adjustment. Place the wheel in the jig and adjust the caliper height so that they line up alongside the rim. Spin the wheel slowly and very gradually wind in the calipers until there's light intermittent contact at any point in the wheel's revolution. Take mental note of the buckled area and identify the nearest spoke that pulls away from the contacting caliper jaw. Tighten that nipple by a quarter turn anti-clockwise. Spin the wheel again, looking and listening for contact. If the same contact occurs, give the nipple another quarter turn. Be careful not to over-tighten the spokes. If you don't have access to a tension meter, squeezing the spokes will give a good idea, as will the tension required to turn the nipple. If this does happen, back off the tension of the opposing spoke, rather than forcing it. If there's no contact, slowly wind in the calipers until it resumes. Then, repeat the process of identifying the problem spoke and making gradual adjustments. Lateral tolerances for new wheels are 0.1 to 0.2 mm, but if you can adjust to anything less than 1 mm on each side, you should be okay. Once you have the wheel trued, you need to de-stress the spokes. To do this, place the wheel across your thighs. Lean your elbows on it, then pull up on the section furthest away from yourself. You should hear the spokes click. Work around the wheel before flipping it over and starting again. This action allows the nipples to bed into place in the same way they would during a ride. You may now need to make further, smaller adjustments, so go back and repeat step 2. Repeat this 2-step process until your wheel remains within tolerances after the de-stressing. Radial adjustments affect how round the wheel is. Reset the calipers so they are now underneath the rim and overlapping it. Spin the wheel and slowly raise the calipers so they approach the rim. When contact occurs, tighten the 2 nearest spokes by 1/4 of a turn anti-clockwise. When performing radial adjustments, it's crucial to remember that you should always adjust the spokes in adjacent pairs, otherwise you'll upset the lateral true that you achieved in step 2. Spin again, raising the calipers if there's no more contact, or giving another 1/4 of a turn if there is. De-stress the wheel and repeat the cycle of checks and adjustments as with lateral truing. So to recap, you need to adjust for lateral true, de-stress, check and repeat if necessary, reset the jig and true for radial buckles, de-stress and check as before. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. Let us know what you want more of on your bike radar in the comment section below.